Thunder.
Winners of 6 consecutive and back-to-back on the road. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Lou Dort, and the Thunder get ready to take on Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, a couple of veterans, and the Sacramento Kings here on Native American Heritage Night from downtown Oklahoma City. The Thunder and the Kings set to square off again, and for the first time this year, OKC will be wearing their City Edition unis. Welcome inside the arena, everybody. Alongside my broadcast partner, Michael Cage, I'm Chris Fisher. And Michael, it might be game number 16 on the season, but this already is the third matchup between the Thunder and the Kings, the first two going OKC's way.
Well, you know, Thunder did a good job of jumping out on them early and keeping big leads against the Kings. You talk about that first meeting right here, folks, in Oklahoma City. The Thunder got going, and that was a battle in that first half. The Kings were making some tough shots, and all of a sudden, the Thunder just opened it up with some daggers late. This was one of the daggers here by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, back-to-back threes to close out that game.
It took a big comeback, but in the second meeting, Michael, this was all Isaiah Hartenstein, and the Thunder controlled from the opening tip.
Well, he had a career night with those 33 points and 19 rebounds. The Thunder shot over 50% from the field. He continued to punish them inside.
All right, OKC has had its way against this Sacramento team. Can they do it for a third time? We'll find out tonight. Michael will have his keys to the game when we come back to downtown OKC. Official bank of the Oklahoma City Thunder. By Devon Energy, commitment runs deep. And by your Oklahoma Ford dealers. Ford is the best in Oklahoma. City Edition unis on display tonight for Native American Heritage Night. Let's take a look at tonight's Riverwind Casino wildcard keys to the game. Michael.
Well, the Thunder have had 10 games already with 12-plus steals. See if they can continue to steal the show. And how about this? The Kings give up 64% of their points and field goals in that painted area. Crack that paint for the Thunder. Hand out those assists. The Thunder already with 30-plus assists in their last game against the Pelicans.
The Thunder ball movement has been crisp over the last couple of games. One of the reasons why they come into this game absolutely rolling. They'll look for the season sweep against Sacramento. Lineups and tip coming up next. Always nice to be back home in the pageantry waiting inside Paycom Center here on Native American Heritage Night. The Thunder getting ready to take on the Sacramento Kings as the new City Edition uniforms will be debuted for the first time here for the 25 and 26 season. Fans making their way in. This game number 16 on the year. Thunder winners of 6 in a row. Let's check in with PA announcer Mario Nani. Tonight's starting lineups are brought to you by Kia. That was OKC. Let's give you the Sacramento Kings, announced by head coach Doug Christie. Kings once again have fallen on hard times, 3-11, and losers of 6 in a row. Russell Westbrook came into the season coming off the bench. Now he is a starter. He'll be making his 3rd consecutive start, joining Zach LaVine in the backcourt. No Domantas Sabonis, so Drew Eubanks gets the start at the 5. Precious Achiuwa and the veteran DeMar DeRozan rounding out the starting 5 for Sacktown. For the first time tonight, let's send it over and say hello to our very own Nick Gallo.
Thanks, Chris. Depending on what happens with the NBA Cup, this could be the third and final meeting between the Thunder and the Kings already this season. It's extremely rare, guys, to play a team 3 times in the first 3 weeks of the season. So that means there's going to be great familiarity between these two teams and some great lessons to glean from those first 2 games. And as you'll see in tonight's Forward Fact, there's a couple of things that these teams can take away from those first 2 meetings, including the way that the Thunder sprinted away in the 4th quarter of those games. As you see the breakdown. Guys, Mark Daigneault told me pregame that he expects the Kings to play with great force and aggression tonight. The Thunder needs to be ready for that mental and physical challenge from the very start against a hungry Kings squad.
All right, thank you, Nick. And the Thunder certainly know, thanks to those first 2 matchups, Michael, just how much of a problem this Sacramento team can be, particularly game number 1 in this building that took a big second-half comeback.
Well, and, you know, obviously, as Nick pointed out, they know each other very well. And that's really unusual, you know, folks, from my experience, to play a team 3 times in your first 16 games. So, scouting report, out the door for the Thunder. They've done a good job of getting to that painted area in those first 2 games. They're plus 22 in the paint. This is not a shot-blocking team. Now, what you have to watch out for with the Kings is that they got that 3-guard lineup out there. They're going to play real fast and take a lot of threes, which has kind of been their MO in the first couple of ball games.
These 2 teams could not be on more different trajectories, with the Thunder winners of 6 straight, the Kings losers of 6 consecutive, all by double digits. As Holmgren going to go to work. Nice little up and under, then switches hands, goes to the lift, and a crafty finish.
Wow, you know, they got to respect the shot, because you know he can make that nice little midi. But we've seen that up and under a few times already.
Chet Holmgren has sparkled over the last couple of games on the offensive end. They're trying to get the ball to LaVine, and that is Cason Wallace's assignment here. LaVine lets it fly. And the long rebound out to Cason Wallace. LaVine was a complete non-factor in Sacramento back on November 7th.
He's one of those guys you still have to respect him a lot. He's such a terrific shooter. That's a terrific pass by SGA over to Cason Wallace, who knocks down the trifecta.
Well, he had all day to take that 3. Cool, comfortable from the outside. As Westbrook thought about the mid-range instead, wanted to go outside. It's Achua. Kept that pivot foot down. Holmgren right there, and somehow he kept the foot down and still able to get the reverse.
That's impressive, too, especially to get that shot up over Chet Holmgren, who is a master at blocking those shots at close range.
And Shai's first shot no good. And DeRozan quickly into the front court. Passes out to the perimeter. And Westbrook is not going to get the bounce on the 3-point shot, despite his 3-point shooting being much improved this year.
It's actually looking great. I think the best time of his career from beyond the arc.
Shai's got the mismatch. Eubanks going to have to give it up. Cross-court pass over to Dort. Fresh off that big offensive night. Holmgren's going to have to hoist. And we get a loose ball foul underneath.
I tell you,
Hartenstein in the mix.
You know, this guy collapsed the entire defense for the King. Look at all those white shirts. All of them are looking at him. And somehow he squeaks that pass out, and it's on the money. As Cason Wallace says, thank you very much. He hits that trifecta. That's what makes him so special. He's always looking for his teammates, and he's a savant, we know, at scoring the basketball. Just an odd combination.
He's got those 6.7 assists, which would be a career high. Holmgren. Thunder got to get back. Eubanks trying to go right at SGA, who did not want to commit the foul. And Eubanks able to use his size for the transition too. Shai got around 1 and let it go there. Nicely done with the reverse.
There's a little bit of payback on Eubanks. Look, man, you're going to make me look bad? I can make you look worse. Oh, you just love the competitiveness of this league, folks.
DeRozan was run off the 3-point line. LaVine, and that's a good mid-range shot. Look at the elevation on Zach LaVine's jumper. He's got one of the prettiest shots in the game.
Absolutely, partner. It's just a beautiful stroke. Doesn't ever seem like he's panicking with the basketball.
Oh, right through Sacramento's defense for the elevation.
You know what I'm going to say? Man, that was nasty. My goodness. If he doesn't flush that, that ball gets blocked. We had one on Saturday night in New Orleans. Just like that, folks. With authority. Eubanks got there late, tried to help out. Could have easily been an and one. Chet's just learning to play through that contact.
I look at a play like that, Michael. I think that's mean. That's just mean going through the defense like that.
That's right. And you have to be like that, folks. Because there's a lot of guys trying to swat you away. And they allow a little bit more contact on those types of plays around the basket.
And we'll get another foul on Sacramento as SGA and Hartenstein had that little pick and roll action going, something that they have really done an excellent job with here in the first part of the season.
That's one of the hardest plays to guard, is a high pick and roll. And you've seen a guard to guard for the Thunder, and sometimes you'll see big to big. I mean, what are you going to do? Pick your poison. A lot of guys can pick and pop, pick and roll.
Oh, dangerous pass. Got picked off by Westbrook. Dumps it off to Levine, and Levine off the trampoline. Don't forget, he's got hops.
He's showing you his elevation. My goodness. Got up real high on that one.
SGA again. Westbrook came down and prevented that shot. They're going to go right back to it. And Westbrook, another steal, just fronting that post pass. Levine off balance. No, but the tap in by Chua.
Westbrook is one of those guys. He heavily overplays the ball. You have to really work to get that pass to your teammate, because he's always overplaying that passing lane. He's got 2 steals that way.
He's going to step into that three, not close. Missed it wide left. That's Keeson Wallace. Ball in his hands. Getting another start here. Yes, it's Jalen Williams. SGA. Step, and the foul is going to go on Levine, who is pleading his case here with the official.
That's what we're talking about, folks. Watch the former slam dunk champion here just get up and elevate. Makes it look so easy, about as easy as the stroke of his shot.
He's just got so much talent on the offensive end. It's the defensive end that has been lacking over Levine's career, but still producing over 20 points per game, 22 points per game to lead this Sacramento team as SGA is at the free throw line, going 2 for 2. We got a different looking court here tonight, Michael, with the City Edition. It looks sharp.
And about as sharp as the uniforms too, folks. We'll fill you in on that a little bit more in our broadcast. Love those City Edition uniforms. Native American Heritage Night as well here. There's a turnover out front. You know good things are going to happen here for the Thunder.
Toward Westbrook. With some power.
Nice job by Chet, picking up that loose change off the floor.
Nearly the steal. Westbrook didn't want the three. Instead, Eubanks, bodies banging inside, and Chet got a piece of it for the block. Eubanks, no, and the weak side rebound to Hartenstein.
Oh, that's what he meant to do on that last possession by Eubanks, where he scored on it with the up and under. Just waited him out on that one. How about that pass by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander? My goodness.
Another offensive rebound for Hartenstein.
And Wallace was wide open on that play.
SGA off balance. Levine defending. Here comes Eubanks again. And he's trying to go right back at Holmgren. And we've got some activity at the rim in this first quarter.
And go back and forth between these two ball clubs in transition.
Now Holmgren. Offensive foul. And that'll bring us to our first media timeout of the game. How about the first 6 minutes and 10 seconds? All the activities at the rim. Chet Holmgren, he's a part of it.
changes their approach for sure, just because of the ability to throw him the ball and move around him, and how often they do that when he's in versus when he's not on the court or out. And then the skill around the basket. But as we know, teams morph and compensate. There's never a hole. It gets filled by other things, and other dials get turned up, and this is a team that has a lot of dials because of the talent that they have and the ability to score the ball, the ability to make shots, and we've seen that firsthand in our games against them. They've shot the ball well and have been a challenging opponent in that way, so we're going to have to be ready for that tonight.
And that was Thunder head coach Mark Daigneault in tonight's OU Health Coaches Corner, mentioning the absence, Michael, of Domantas Sabonis as we got bodies flying. That is Malik Monk and SGA on the baseline. Shai a little slow to give up, but not having Sabonis obviously is a huge vacancy for Sacramento, just given what he brings on the offensive end for Doug Christie and this Kings team. But like Mark Daigneault said, it's going to get filled. It's not a completely vacant hole now without Sabonis in there, despite his rebound.
Well, Doug Christie's second season as his head coach is just all on the screen, folks. I mean, this is a team that, they're a veteran team. They're going to figure it out, and it's going to take some time. And, I think they're a lot better than their record coming into tonight's ball game, losing 6 in a row.
Holmgren trying to go up top again to Hartenstein. Turnaround shot. He's got 2 more. And another strong start here for Chet Holmgren in this first quarter. He's already up to 8 points.
He just looks so comfortable. With whenever he gets the ball around the basket, he takes the ball from coast to coast. He can get in that mid-range of the zone defense and be a passer.
Give SGA way too much space. He's going to bomb the 3. And a quick blow-by and finish. And Westbrook again. This is his first made basket, but he's got the steals. There's now Levine trying to keep SGA in front. SGA keeping the dribble alive. Tough spin, left hand, no good. Somehow pops back in his hands. And he's going to get the foul called on. Clifford couldn't keep his hand away. Shai's going to the line. That is just an obvious mistake.
At that time, he got away with the first one, but Shai did a good job of holding on. He swipes at the ball in the first one, and then, that's going to get it. That's going to get you on that one. Easy call for the official. Shai, being the smart, intelligent player that he is, I said, look, okay, young fella, you got away with the first one, but I'm going to get you on the second one.
I'm not sure what he was thinking there as to how that swipe was going to end up in the positive column.
Yeah, well, most NBA players are going to make you pay the price, when you get your hands caught in that cookie jar.
Especially with such a skilled player like SGA. Jay Will and the much shorter Schroeder defending him. See what Holmgren does here. He's been very aggressive with the ball in his hands. Dort way behind the 3-point line. Not close. And the push by Schroeder. Who had a forgettable game the last time these two teams played. He was 0 for 10, Mike, from the field. Had just 2 points already. A better performance so far on the offensive end.
Yeah, well, he's one of those guys, those veteran players on the team. I don't think head coach Doug Christie's worried about him too much, but he'll figure it out. He'll self-correct himself.
Jay Will had the high catch, high release, and you get a careless foul there underneath. And for the Thunder, that is the 3rd team foul. As A.J. Mitchell's going to come into the game for the first time. Holmgren departs. You got Mitchell, Jay Will, and Joe off the bench. And Mark Daigneault's also going to bring the masked man here, Brandon Carlson. And man, did he take a shot to the nose in the game against the New Orleans Pelicans. So much so that blood was everywhere, and that's why he's got that mask on.
Yeah, suffered that fracture. And man, he's a tough kid. He's part of that double big that the Thunder like to throw at you. Not necessarily Hartenstein and Chet Holmgren with that double big. He's part of that second level of double big. This is and one by Dennis Schroeder. As you mentioned, he's off to a much better start in the first 2 ball games, or especially the last ball game in Sacramento.
So this is year number 13 for Dennis Schroeder. How many teams do you think he's played for, Mike?
I'm going to say 6.
Higher.
I'm just making a guess.
10.
10 teams, wow.
Played for 10 teams in 13 years. Played for 3 teams alone last year.
That's hard to believe, someone of his caliber. That's not hard to believe. Someone of Shai Will's caliber, that big-to-big action is on point.
And the mass certainly not affecting the ability of Carlson to make the catch and the finish. Now he's trying to play a little defense, and that's going to be a Sacramento turnover. Keon Ellis. So Carlson comes in, and like we've seen so much already in this first quarter, we got ourselves another dunk.
Welcome back to Paycom Center. The Thunder with a 2-point lead over the Kings here in the first quarter. And the holidays, they're right around the corner, and that means the Thunder's holiday assist is in full swing in its 18th year here in Oklahoma City. And in fact, yesterday was a very busy day out in the community for Oklahoma City. By the end of the day, the Thunder had given away a total of 1,000 Thanksgiving meals at 3 separate events. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander teamed up to give away meals at the YMCA. Jay Will and his family gave out turkeys and hams to client families of Restore OKC, and Isaiah Hartenstein held a drive-through event at the Memorial Park Boys and Girls Club. And we'll hear more about these events at halftime with Nick Gallo. But Isaiah Hartenstein told us that the community does so much for the Thunder, so it's important for him and his teammates to give back anytime they can. Even, guys, the team just got back from a 4-day road trip the night before.
Yeah, thank you, Paris. And just getting out of the community, Michael, we see it year after year. Mitchell's pass. Just a touch offline there for Carlson. But especially this time of year, Michael, so many families in need, so many people in need. Being able to provide for them coming up on the holidays is just so critical.
It is, and you know what's even more impressive is that the Thunder, when only had 1 day in town here, really, and they were able to, have guys come in and on their day off and be able to share that kind of giving with our fans here. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, kudos to him, as well as Jay Will, and also Ihart.
Shai, tough turnaround on the baseline, and he makes it look easy.
I'll tell you, he's so patient with the basketball. He just waits for the defense to make a mistake.
Ball still on the perimeter here, Keon Ellis. With under 2 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Thunder will switch here. Carlson again. He was matched up on Schroeder. He's got all that speed, and all Carlson can do is tie him up. And Schroeder's going to go back to the free throw line, so he's been very aggressive. He was starting at the beginning of the season, but then was replaced by Westbrook in the starting lineup.
A tough finish by Shai. I don't think yesterday was as tough as that move was, but that's more about love yesterday. And that move you just saw, folks, that's more about skill. It's just fun to watch, folks. He does so much for the Oklahoma City community, as most of the players on the roster are always willing to give as much on the floor as they do off the floor.
That move that he just dropped on that fadeaway, there's not very many people in the NBA that can execute that move at all, let alone doing it consistently on a nightly basis with defenders all over you.
You know the defense is always focusing on him right away.
And Isaiah Joe way behind the three-point line. Not a problem, nothing but nylon.
That's what you call a zone buster. You got to be able to knock those shots down to force the Kings to come out of that zone defense.
Oh, and Levine just got eaten up. Carlson. Had a good chance at that transition three. Didn't get it. Schroeder quickly up the floor, likes that mid-range shot, and has another two. For Schroeder, 7 points off the bench. Coming up big for the Kings here in this first quarter.
Kings in that 2-3 zone defense, right in the spot there in the middle with Shai. And look what he does. He creates an open look. Once again, just passing guys open.
So many options in that soft spot. And there's another two for Schroeder, this time on the baseline.
And what the Kings are doing, they're making shots, so they're able to get back and set up their defense.
As Isaiah Mitchell. Isaiah Joe again. A little bit of a check there. Loose ball. SGA able to take it away from Schroeder. Hard closeout by Levine. Carlson, all kinds of traffic, not able to finish.
Whole lot of contact on that play. Fisher swallowed the whistle at baseline. He took a hit on that first initial drop step.
Double team came on Schroeder. Back outside to Monk. Schroeder this time from three, right before the close of the first quarter. And SGA doing what he usually does, Michael, a first quarter where he's into double digits.
Well, did a good job of just starving off the Kings, able to get any kind of rhythm going. King got out of transition, a few slams on both ends of the floor. 12 minutes in the books, folks.
Complete here with the Thunder on top 27-25. Neither team shooting it all that well, Michael. And both teams finding ways to get inside.
Well, that's been a big part for the Thunder all season long, is getting that painted area, knock down 3 threes. Kings are 0 of 6 from downtown.
As Achua on the drive and a reverse, that is Eubanks coming in. And the Kings so far finding ways to score the basketball. As Alex Caruso did not play on Monday night against the New Orleans Pelicans. He comes back on the floor, first time tonight. As Holmgren was calling for it, had a little mismatch there, and you get a foul. And I think they're going to get Malik Monk for the personal.
One of those fouls you just have to foul. Check on that play by Monk. Kind of grabbed him when he made that nice little spin to the baseline.
If you're Malik Monk there, you don't want to take your chances with Chad at the post.
Yeah, because when he gets it around the basket lately, he's been ducking it and flashing it.
A.J. Mitchell got to a good spot there on the elbow, but we get a foul on that rebound attempt. And they're going to call it on Hartenstein. You see this Hartenstein, Chet Holmgren lineup here, Michael. Something that has been building over the course of this season.
You know, and it's going to continue to grow with that double big. Schroeder a little bit off with that one. But they also got the double big in Jay Will and Brandon Carlson. We took a good look at that the final 3 minutes of that first quarter.
Holmgren to spin, back outside, Cason Wallace. No, Hartenstein, the long rebound. Wallace take two from the corner. That time he's good.
He got a second bite of that apple. That's his second 3 of the game here, folks, to put the Thunder up by 3.
Nice rebound by Hartenstein, who's already gobbling them up here in this first half, up to 6. Skip pass over to Schroeder, way too much room, and he makes the Thunder pay. And Schroeder right now having himself a first half already up to 12. As Wallace got away, kick out, Caruso. No good on the 3. Monk. He's not going to get the bucket to go, but he is going to get 2 free throws. We're seeing this Sacramento team, Michael, they're coming in here even without Sabonis with a plan on the offensive end.
Oh, man, I thought that was good defense that time by Cason Wallace. He was going laterally with the player, Mark. Dagenau's a little bit dumbfounded as well. It looked like he's seriously thinking about challenging this. He's like going, that's the second foul. I mean, the guy is allowed. I mean, take a look at this, folks. This is good defense. My goodness. He's going laterally. He's not encroaching on the player. I tell you.
That's where it's really hard when you're a defensive player, Michael, and you're tracking the offensive player. You're still in legal position, and the offensive player initiates the contact.
It's a second call the Kings have gotten. How about that? We knew that was coming. Anytime Mitchell gets the ball to the center of the floor, it collapses that defense.
Achua back the other way and somehow zigzagging his way up the floor. He gives the left hand.
It's a tough finish, too. Goodness.
Mitchell, and underneath shot is gone. A.J. Mitchell getting his first points of this game. Schroeder. Oh, nifty move, but Caruso came over and blocked the shot. Transition opportunity. There's Holmgren inside, surrounded, gives it up, and Hartenstein with DeRozan right on his back gets the layup.
Nice strong move, too, by Hartenstein. Had that ball almost stripped, still powered it through.
DeRozan's been very quiet. Michael, he's taken just one shot in the game. But Achua's been using his size in the middle, and that time, just not able to convert. He got in the restricted area. As Hartenstein trying to play facilitator, which he often does there in that high post spot. So good passing the basketball. Now on the roll. But it's Wallace missing the short shot. See the note there, Chet Holmgren with 1,000 career rebounds.
How about that? Congratulations. That's a milestone for any young player.
DeRozan here. Back to the basket, and how about Caruso? Like he so often does. Got a hand on it now on the run, and he lays it up and in. All started by the Caruso defense. One of the smartest players in the NBA on the defensive end. Always up there in deflections. And add this to the impressive list, the defense, Mike.
Well, I don't know which is better, the steal or the pass. My goodness, just two sensational plays by two Thunder players.
Defense sequence here for OKC. Alex Caruso with the deflection, then out on the run, finishes with the layup. But guys, he flashes the good hand signal, but he comes back to the bench getting thumbs down from everybody.
Impressed.
So the guys, you know, when they make a nice steal, there's that good hand celebration that they're going with. But I talked to Isaiah Hartenstein about the thumbs up, thumbs down. He said there's only one guy on this team that's earned any thumbs up on fast break dunks, and it's that man right there, Cason Wallace, who can absolutely elevate.
Hey,
that's a tough crowd.
You better bring it. I know, right? They're not going to let you off the hook if you go soft at the rim.
I'm just glad that Caruso created the steal and got ahead of the break.
Double thumbs down, Mike.
Yeah, that's all that. These guys, they really get along, folks.
Such great camaraderie. And there's a three. Coming out of the timeout, boy, Precious Achiuwa has got 9 points. All the unexpected scores here, Michael, for Sacramento stepping up.
Yeah, he's one of those guys.
Oh, A.J. Mitchell slicing and dicing, cutting through that Sacramento defense.
Yeah, how about a zone defense? He was able to get to the middle with the basketball and get all the way to the rim.
Push shot by Reynaud, no good. Rebound by Caruso. He's pushing again. Nobody getting back. The kick out. Dort catch fire three. Caruso tried to get it back out to the perimeter on the rebound. Couldn't do it. The Thunder have a 4-point lead. About 5 minutes gone by here in the second. DeRozan again. So quiet on the offensive end. He knew he was going to miss that short, and then he follows his shot and gets fouled on just a terrible shot by DeRozan. And he got bailed out. He's been scoreless in the game, and that was just his second attempt. And Mark Daigneault looking back, he might want to challenge this. Even Alex Caruso is like, what in the world?
I didn't even think he had the basketball. And he's kind of scratching his head on that one. There's been a few calls like that.
All right, Mike, let's go to the Paris Lemon injury report here. Sabonis did play in Sacramento's last game, but out with a knee injury. Keegan Murray remains out there, sharpshooter from the outside. And the usual list for OKC with J-Dub, Wiggins, Topic, and Kenrich.
I tell you, look at them. Really try to get Keegan Murray back. He's one of those guys who can add size to their front line. Just take a good look at J-Dub there. Another Thunder player that's out. Thunder been able to make things happen. Just making total use of the roster in the absence of some key players.
And that's going to be a foul on Westbrook. You're absolutely right, Michael. Mark Daigneault even mentioned that a couple games ago, saying our depth has been tested with all the guys that have been out. Caruso, Dort. Guys that have missed time, that have just put pressure throughout the roster, as Hartenstein's going to go to the free throw line. This Thunder team has been able to embrace that here in the first 15 games of the season. Hartenstein's played in all 15. And he's having a career year. He has just been fantastic on the offensive end. As we get a quick word from Jack in the Box.
The best rated burger in fast food with more beef than a Big Mac. Keep up, Ronald.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Last time these two teams met in Sacramento, he had that massive game. And I'm saying massive, folks. 33 points and 19 rebounds by the big man. And how about this last game against the Pelicans? 4 steals. Just stuffing the stat sheets this year, folks.
Michael loves to be able to tout the big man.
I say the same thing about SGA. You got to give some love to the big men, too. The same thing with Chet, man. He's posting all-star numbers.
Oh, there's A.J. Mitchell circling around, and then the right-handed finish. He's left-handed, though.
He laid it up softly off the glass as Westbrook was chasing him.
Aaron pass out of bounds. That's a Sacramento turnover, something they don't do very often. And look at this drive.
Take a look at this. As Westbrook went after that. He's a shot-blocking guard, but not on this one as Mitchell lays it up high.
He's so good with the right hand, Michael. You would never know that he's left-handed because of his proficiency with both hands. Like you, remember, you were a coach for a little while there. You tell those young kids, learn how to finish with your offhand.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a huge advantage as you advance in levels. From high school to college, if you're blessed and fortunate enough to get up to the pro level, it serves you very well.
Just another layer potentially to your offensive game. Shai checks back in. There's the flare out by Holmgren, a standalone three, and he can't convert. He was wide open.
Shai's had a couple of passes like that where he's literally passed the guy wide open.
Levine, free throw line jumper, that is good. For Levine, who is up to 8 points.
Let's hear it.
Get a lot of different scores from the Sacramento team. They got 6 different players averaging over 13 points per game. Well, it's been a closely played first half. SGA off balance, and they get the late whistle as Westbrook wiped out Holmgren.
Yeah,
Get a loose ball foul.
And you're right, that whistle was late, but he shoved him.
That's his second.
Take a look at this. The check goes up. There's that force.
Two guys battling down low. As A.J. Mitchell got the switch. Steps into the three. Short. Both teams not very good from behind the arc on the game. 4-point game, though. Levine. Another miss from the outside as SGA clutches that rebound. As he surveys, what does he want to do here with Schroeder defending? Little spin, and that's a tough finish from SGA.
He just took his time. The closer he gets to the basket against a smaller defender, the more his skill and size are tough to defend.
Shorter defenders just cannot affect that shot as DeRozan is going to go back to the free throw line.
Number 7, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, that's his second.
And now Mark Daigneault, is he thinking about challenging this one? He's contemplated now twice. And we get the timeout, but I don't see the challenge initiated. Kevin Scott, he's looking over at the bench. By the way, maybe a little more deliberation here. Chet in the vicinity. Previous play that was called a foul on Chet Holmgren as Mark Daigneault called the timeout. This was what he was potentially wanting to review as DeRozan went into the body of Chet Holmgren. And it looked like he might have been in legal guarding position there, but Kevin Scott, who was having the conversation with Mark Daignault, granted the timeout and even had a conversation with Mark Daignault over the timeout, Michael, thinking that maybe there was a challenge. The green light came on, but no, Mark Daignault didn't use his challenge there.
DeRozan did a good job of forcing the officials to put air in that whistle. He had no chance of making that shot. He was shooting it from his waist. Chet did a good job of staying vertical.
So it's DeRozan, where all of his points so far in the game have come at the free throw line. And it's a 4-point game.
Kings right now doubled up the Thunder on that free throw line with a 10-5 advantage.
Kings just keep playing that zone. Thunder trying to go inside out here. SGA got the flyby from Westbrook, and he's got two more. Such a confident, composed play from the MVP.
Anticipations with the zone by his teammates as well.
Kick out, and even with the space there, Levine not able to knock down the three. That was an in-rhythm catch-and-shoot three.
Yeah, that's one of his fortes, is knocking that shot down.
Oh, nice pass! And the ferocious slam from Chet.
And once again, getting the guy to the middle of the floor, a quick strike, a guy that can make a play from that middle.
Oh, and then Holmgren on the defensive end with a block on Schroeder. Westbrook, and he cans the three. Westbrook with 5 points, first made three in the game. This one, the Thunder were starting to get maybe a little bit of separation. Holmgren again, right in the middle of that zone. This time it's Dort, wide right, no good. And Westbrook has got his head up. With Isaiah Joe defending. Westbrook a little spin, the kick. Levine with speed. Thunder defense on its heels, and just like that, it's back-to-back threes for Sacramento. There's a cut. Joe clears the way, missed the layup. Almost had an and-one opportunity. But the Thunder, Michael, they know exactly what they want to do against this Sacramento zone.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just make quick strikes. Quick, sharp passes. How about this? A quick, sharp pass to the heart of the defense, wide open dunk. Thunder have seen quite a bit of that this year, folks. From double teams early, like the Pelicans did a couple of nights ago, to those type of zone defense, extending double teams that anybody who had the basketball against the Pelicans, that was a different look the other night in New Orleans.
Well, it was interesting, Mike, because it was almost every single possession, particularly in the second half, where they were picking up that double team as soon as the Thunder cross half court. Something that Mark Daignault even mentioned to Nick Gallo in the post-game press conferences, that he said that those traps were good. They want to see as much as possible. Ends up being a great tool down the stretch. So we got Nick Gallo getting all the good information in the post-game press conferences. DeRozan, and he's got the turnaround.
Yeah, there's that one-on-one play that Kings like to get to, either with Zach LaVine or DeMar DeRozan. They are masters at it, especially DeRozan, where he is solid in that mid-range.
Holmgren's going to keep that ball moving. Caruso went with the left hand, and it was right there hanging on the rim. And DeRozan defended by Dort. Again, likes to operate under the post. Achua, a lot of steam. That should be a travel. And they called it.
We don't call that in my church league. You get the basketball back in my church league.
You've never known what a travel was.
No,
It's that 90s brand of basketball where they really never called it.
I'm just saying, man, you just get the basketball back. But this is the NBA. That's a travel. That's the Samsonite luggage. I've been waiting to say that all season.
Did you go to your favorite store in New Orleans when we were there?
I did not. I did not get a chance to. There's an actual Samsonite luggage store somewhere in the United States. And it's in the Crescent City, more or less.
Dort got it outside. Caruso high off the rim, no good. There's Westbrook. Has some speed coming down the lane, and he gets fouled. That's going to put Russell Westbrook at the free throw line. Well, Michael, he couldn't wear number 0 coming over to Sacramento because Malik Monk wears number 0. He couldn't wear number 4 because it's retired for Chris Webber, Sacramento. So Russell Westbrook is wearing number 18 this year for his 18th season in the NBA. Stay plugged in with all things Thunder. Join Paris Lawson and Nick Gallows. They break it all down each week on the official Thunder Basketball Universe podcast presented by Summer Moon Coffee. Listen and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
Oh, when you play 18 seasons in the association, you should be able to pick whatever number you want. That's a long time. And he still looks great, man. I'm talking like he looks like he used to look when he was in the Thunder uniform. Very fit.
Rumbling down the lane. He's going to get fouled. You can just see him sizing things up as the big body was in motion. Took a little bit of contact. Now he's going to the free throw line. He's got to regroup with the hair.
You know, we were talking about quick strikes in the zone defense. This is on a dead ball situation. There's that trip that time. That time, in all fairness with DeRozan, he just got caught in no man's land there. What you got to do, just get out of the way. And, you know, let him dunk it. But if there's any kind of contact with you standing in a restricted area where you can't legally take a charge, they're going to call that. But, you know, I like the fact that the Thunder are starting to crack the code on that zone defense. Just quick strikes. Don't let them set it up. Get the ball up the floor quickly. And that time Jay Will did it, and he's got free throws. So he knocks down both. Thunder will go up by 4 again here.
First points of the game for Jay Will. Final buck 25 here of the first half. Oh, Casey Wallace with the ball denial, forcing Levine way outside. Now Levine to DeRozan. DeRozan got by Dort and then trying to cock it back. And it caroms all the way here to the scores table, and Schroeder's into the first row over the table. And let's hope that he's okay. That was a lot of air for Dennis Schroeder going into that metal separator between the scores table and the first row of seats. We appreciate the hustle and the fans here giving Dennis Schroeder a round of applause for the extra effort.
Yeah.
Just glad he's okay.
Man, how about the leap here? Look at that, folks. He leaped from the court onto the scores table and then leaped on the railing to try and stop his momentum. And somehow he didn't hurt himself, which is even greater part of that story, folks. And a little contact there with his hand, which he was touching as soon as he got up and walked on the floor.
Just glad to see that he's okay after that. Mitchell, no, the 3, Dort there. And SGA with a fresh 14. Drives in and it pushed away. And how about SGA with a punch of his own?
He just would not be denied on that play. Missed the initial shot. Flushed the second one.
Heavy pressure on Schroeder to get the ball out of his hands. Kick out, offensive foul. Jay Will takes the charge.
He took 1-2 for the team as Precious Achiuwa just could not stop himself. Take a look at, he's just waiting on him there too. That's a good call, textbook call. Take a look at this, folks. Shai gets by, ball gets poked away, stays with it, flushes it.
SGA way short of the 3. He went 2 for 1. Levine will bring it up. That's Casey Wallace. He's been mirroring him all night long. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Look at that pressure by Wallace. He did well extended past that 3-point line. Down to Rosen. Turn around. Nope. SGA pops out to Mitchell. Mitchell with 7. What does he decide to do here? 5 on the drive. Right hand, A.J. Mitchell. Tough finish as he goes tumbling on the baseline. Levine, oh, it goes!
That's why you always throw that shot up there. I'm not sure if it's going to count, but the officials will take a look at it. But nonetheless, it was...
Ruling on the floor, it's no basket. The play's under further review.
No basket, but what a finish here to this first half. Another right-handed finish from A.J. Mitchell. Let's see. And he did not get it off in time. So the officials with the correct call.
That's still a great shot, though, right?
Incredible. All right, it's halftime. Nick and Paris.
Replay official confirms no basket.
Great ones over the years. Elite. This the 9th iteration in year number 18. Before we start the third quarter, let's check in with Paris.
Well, guys, the Kings have thrown a lot of zone the Thunder's way to start this game. And I asked Thunder assistant coach Mike Wilkes how the Thunder's navigated so far in this one. And he said, we've gotten some good shots out of it. We expected the Kings to play some zone. It's their way of trying to slow us down offensively. So we have to continue to play with pace, find guys in the middle, and make quick decisions offensively. And we'll keep getting those quality looks throughout the game, guys.
All right, thank you, Paris. And it seemed like that, Michael, in the first half where the Thunder knew exactly what they wanted to do against Sacramento's zone. They got good shots. They missed some layups, had some wide open threes, but they still got an 8-point lead going to the third.
Well, and you bet the Kings are going to stick with that zone defense because, yeah, it's just like what Paris talked about with the coaching staff. They want to slow the Thunder down. And they know a big part of what the Thunder like to do is get out in transition, turn you over. The Kings are a team that don't turn the ball over very much. They only had 4 turnovers in that first half.
It's Ellis getting the start instead of Achua for Sacramento. Eubanks, a lot of action there inside, no whistle. DeRozan had it punched away by Dort. Thunder back the other way. Cason Wallace spots up. Too strong on the 3.
Good deflection that time by Caruso to stop that fast break for the Kings. Here's one right here. Wow, by Chet. Then saves the ball, and then Dort just punches it away. Good activity there. Busting up would have been some good shots for the Kings. As Westbrook will throw the ball away. One of the rare turnovers for the Kings tonight. That's just number 5.
Thunder have done a really good job on some of those top flight guys for Sacramento in limiting DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine. They're 2 top scorers, but the balance of the scoring of the Kings showing up. SGA gives it inside. Holmgren deciding what to do. Kicks it outside. It is Caruso. Karam's right back to him. It's Holmgren. And a take 2-3 is good. No Hartenstein for OKC to open up the third quarter. It's Caruso. He's getting the start here in the third. Timeout, a quick one for Sacramento. Taco Bell takes. Michael.
Well, I like the way the Thunder have started out so far with their defense. How about a Kings ransom defense to continue the second half?
All right, Gallo.
Rain over the paint. Guys, the Thunder with 30 points in the paint already, one of the leaders in that category. Got to keep that up here in the second half.
All right, Paris.
I'm right there with you, Gallo. The Thunder's got the edge in scoring in the paint. The Thunder's got to keep guarding the castle on the other end to maintain that advantage.
All right, well, in the paint, you got to be a royal pain on the glass. I didn't go too far with that one, Mike, but some people call me that sometimes. You know what I mean?
I might get a judge's ruling on that, but for now, yes, it's okay. Pretty creative, partner.
Thunder been good. 6 offensive rebounds. Coming out of the timeout, it was a quick timeout for Sacramento here in the third quarter. That one skims the rim. Nice rebound. There is Lou Dort, but he threw it away. Not sure what he was doing with that pass. Thunder got to get back on defense. That's Westbrook trying to make his move on SGA. Right at the free throw line, pulls up at the nail and scores the 2. Westbrook with 7 points. Thunder had the first double-digit lead of the game 11 points.
Yeah, it's been even tighter than that for both these teams. How about that blow by Casey Wallace? Man, what a flash that was.
Too much speed from Wallace on the dribble, and he goes with the left hand. He picks his spots. Now he's defending DeRozan. And that pass, another one by Westbrook, out of bounds.
How about this, man? I saw that daylight, got that step on DeRozan, got by Levine. And, man, he was just a flash getting to the hoop.
Man, it was quick. Russo gives it up to SGA. This is where SGA likes to feast. Smaller defensive player on him. Bounces off, pulls up. That's an easy two. It's almost automatic, Michael. When he's got the height advantage and a smaller defender, he's going to score every time.
I think he's more dangerous when he gets that ball and he picks up his dribble in the paint. He's got such a mixed bag of trips.
Westbrook off the fake. DeRozan, he got pushed off the three-point line, and then Dort just couldn't resist sticking that hand in there, and a little too much contact. He's going to put DeRozan at the free throw line. Just the second foul on Dort. And DeRozan has been a complete non-factor on the offensive end. 1 out of 7. 6 points. Majority of that coming right here at the free throw line. Nominated first responder, you know, and they could get recognized at the Thunder home game and also receive 8 Thunder tickets, a custom jersey, a celebration with Rumble, and the Thunder Girls, as well as a monetary donation to the department. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to OKCThunder.com/safety partner to nominate someone new.
DeRozan is so clever with the basketball. He's about as patient when he picks up his dribble as SGA is. He's made a living getting to the free throw line on those types of plays.
DeRozan got the backspin roll there on the free throw. As Hartenstein has checked back in. SGA, the step back three. Battle for the rebound. Nice track down by Casey Wallace, but he commits the foul. It's not something that he does very often. He's usually pretty clean with those track downs, especially when it's a loose ball. But the Thunder still with a double-digit lead here early in the third quarter. The Sacramento team for the second time in this building here, playing the Thunder tough.
Third time in the first 16 games, my goodness.
Heavy early season activity. Schroeder missed it, tipped up and in. It looked like Holmgren was right there, but somehow Eubanks is going to get credit. I'm going to say Precious Achua. Wallace again on the drive. All the passing. Hartenstein leads to the layup. SGA. Thunder ball. Boy, they have had some layups, Michael, but they just have not been able to convert in this game.
And you know you're going to keep getting those shots on the Kings. Nick Gallo talked about one of his keys was those 30 points in the paint in that first half. It's such a high percentage shot. You got to keep going to it.
See all the movement on the offensive end, but it's Casey Wallace again. Nice, flowing, easy shot, showing the touch.
Just turning his head, going right to the basket.
And Schroeder stepped on the baseline, out of bounds. The turnovers, there have been a few here.
How about this nice little floater in the lane? Look real comfortable.
Holmgren keeping the dribble alive. Achua, big body defender, got his hand in there and poked it away. Schroeder almost traveled, and then Zach LaVine gave it right back to the Thunder. Dort. There's some sloppy possessions here. LaVine up ahead. Achua stripped out of bounds. Who's it off of? It's off Sacramento. A flurry of turnovers here. The Thunder, the latest to have the basketball. That must have been about 4 turnovers by 2 from each team.
Well, let's see if the Thunder can take advantage of it.
Oh, they're going to call a blocking foul. It was almost another turnover Potential offensive foul on Holmgren, but it's on Schroeder instead.
He did the only thing he could was get in his way and hope that he can get an offensive foul. Yeah, he just stepped in his way. Officials right on top of that. How about this right here, folks? Just a good strip off the body. Would have been a sure dunk by Mature.
Holmgren going right back to him. Tough fadeaway shot, no good. And it's tipped up again. And we get a loose ball foul on Hartenstein. So that's number 3 on Hartenstein.
42,
So Reno is going to come in. But you mentioned, Michael, that there weren't a whole lot of turnovers in the first half. Sacramento only had 4, up to 11.
That fast. Wow. And right now, that's going to be the story for both these ball clubs. Just taking advantage of those turnovers and cashing them in on the other end.
Check that. Sacramento had 7 at the half. 5 minutes gone by. Schroeder, and he's got that spot. We saw him do that in his 2 years with the Thunder. He's a member of this organization.
He's one of the many guys on the Kings that can actually make those mid-range shots.
Now he's going to try it from three-point land. Might have been deflected. Saved out of bounds by Achua. And Monk wants to reset things up top. Westbrook, he wants something. Didn't get it, was upset. Achua inside, and Hartenstein with the rejection.
He did a good job of closing out on him as well.
And Shai got swiped and fouled by Westbrook, who commits his 3rd personal.
Chased him off that three-point line and just waited for him to get to that painted area. Timed it perfectly. Hartenstein with the block. Okay, this game is right there for the Thunder. They can string together a couple of good possessions to get the Kings even more on their heels right now.
Dort on the kick-out 3, no good. They just haven't been able to string together a lot of consecutive offense as Monk drains the 3, and the Kings absolutely not going away here in the 3rd quarter. After the Thunder pushed it up to 13, it's back down to 6. 2 weeks with a groin strain. He's been incredible for the Milwaukee Bucks so far on the season. More injury news. Unfortunate. Stephon Castle's going to join Victor Wembanyama on the injury list for the San Antonio Spurs, the reigning Rookie of the Year, out 1 to 2 weeks with a hip flexor strain. Tough news for the Spurs, who got off to a good start. The Lakers are off to a good start too, even without LeBron James. But Michael, he made his season debut last night in a win over the Utah Jazz, in which the Lakers scored a season-high $40. And LeBron is back out there for LA.
Yeah, we had a double-double too. 11 points, 12 assists.
LeBron James came into the NBA all the way back in 2003. Still going. SGA way off balance, still able to spin it home.
Oh, he is just fun to watch, folks. He is worth the price of admission. Just spun that ball up there.
It's the 20-point mark again as Schroeder got denied on his drive.
I believe that was Isaiah Joe stepping up.
Joe runs him off the 3-point line. Achua's been aggressive, dumps it off, and an easy 2 for Sacramento. The Kings, Michael, they came in here. They're not a highly rated offensive team at all. In fact, they're bottom 10. But they've been very organized on the offensive end.
Oh, you know, this is a veteran team. They're going to figure it out. A lot of time left here.
That was an off-balance 3. Still close here in the 3rd quarter. Schroeder, he's been right at the middle of it, but there's a deflection. Now the Thunder got numbers. SGA full throttle, and Schroeder's going to tie him up and commit the foul to prevent the easy two. And if you're Schroeder, that's about as good as you could do, as SGA had A.J. Mitchell flanked out wide.
Got the deflection from Mitchell, picking up that loose change. That time was Shai. Schroeder did the best he could, because you know Shai is very good in those situations at getting and one. So you can't blame him for just wrapping him up. You say, look, I'd rather you have 2 free throws than to get an and one on a play like that, which he is so good at. Once again, Shai with 22 points just continues to make history with those consecutive 20-point games. Now with 23.
Truly remarkable what he's been able to do on a nightly basis. Not just this year, but going back many years. Schroeder tees it up, missed it. Westbrook an offensive rebound. Levine, you don't want him to get going. He misses another 3. As he's been off on the night. Now 0 for 4 from deep. It's Shai. That's going to be a foul. And for Sacramento, that's going to be the 14th foul. It's on the deck.
Now, what I like about that, the Thunder are putting a little bit more pressure transition-wise on the Kings. You see that play? Got the rebound, keep the ball in the middle of the floor, and attack.
Trying to speed up this game a little bit.
Coaching staff talked about that with Paris Lawson at halftime.
Mitchell, the kick. Joe, no on the 3. Had a good look, but it hasn't been there for Isaiah Joe. In a low-scoring 3rd quarter. Both teams. And Hartenstein did just enough there to affect the shot. And Chua never quite had the lead. Dort open, count the 3.
And what a time to make your first 3-pointer of the game as the Thunder push that lead back up to double figures, courtesy of the trifecta by Lou Dort.
Schroeder didn't want the screen. Instead, it went right. As Monk, he can create off the dribble. And Joe with a little swipe there. Now Hartenstein trying to keep him out of the lane on the baseline. Tough shot, and Monk able to score off the window.
Yeah, that was good defense, too. Tough shot that time by Monk. Thunder did a good job of pushing him all the way almost to the end of the shot clock.
SGA, step back mid-range shot. Dort trying to tap it out. Schroeder fends off SGA. It's Levine, and I think he fumbled it out of bounds, and he did.
I thought we've had several plays like that where it looks like the Kings are going to make an easy play, and out of nowhere, they're able to get their hand or body in the pitcher. And it was just to get down the floor, as Levine is a little bit frustrated with himself. Had an easy one there.
They did it on the Dort strip of Achua earlier in this quarter. Shai, kick out. Under the 3-minute mark. And Shai's intended skip pass got picked off. A little casual. A lot of turnovers for both teams. And there's another one for Sacramento. 2-on-1, SGA zigzagging his way up the floor. Behind his back, Joe for the reverse. No, but a foul.
I know, there's that quick action for the Thunder. The defense is solid. Remember my key to the game in the second half was a Kings ransom defense. This is what I'm talking about. I think I got all you guys beat on that one, by the way, because this is what's happening in this 3rd quarter. Thunder getting out in transition, finding ways to score baskets, turning over the Kings. And now they're back at that free throw line.
Now, quick word from your Oklahoma Ford dealers.
Visit your local Oklahoma Ford dealer today. Ford is built for Oklahoma.
Well, even though it's a 10-point lead for the Thunder, they have not been comfortable with that double-digit lead. The Kings have found a way to claw their way back close.
What's up, man?
It's just a couple of really good turnovers to stop the defense of the Kings, and then cash in those chips on the other end to just build up a comfortable lead, even though it's at 11 right now, which is not bad.
Well, the Kings, Michael, are getting production up and down its entire lineup. Anybody that Doug Christie has thrown in there, with the exception of 1 or 2 players, has scored. Schroeder, now Clifford. Clifford, he's one of those players that has not scored. 6 seconds. Schroeder trying to drive on Holmgren. Tough. Holmgren just slugging him up. That is fantastic defense.
Yeah, he did a good job, too, of staying vertical. Schroeder was one of those guys can draw a foul in situations like that.
Shai went right around Clifford, out of bounds. This will be Sacramento basketball. He was looking for 2 more, but Chet Holmgren, this is just top-notch defense.
How about this? Just stays vertical, gets that hand up, deflects, and then calls, collects the steal.
Well, those are the kind of plays, Michael, on the other end, where you can start to get some separation. As LaVine stripped again in what has been a forgettable 3rd quarter for Zach LaVine. SGA keeps it himself in. Now with that nifty scoop and score.
I tell you, the English he puts on the basketball is quite impressive. The angle that he makes.
That's a travel on Clifford. That was right in front of us. And the official, Kevin Cutler, was all over it.
How about this? A strip by Mitchell. He's had a couple of those in this quarter. Look what take this English. That's what we call it, folks. See, he just flicks it up. That ball's got spin on it.
That's an old school move right there, Mike. You don't see that anymore.
That's an old school move by a new school player.
Little drive and scoop.
That's not a scoop.
How far does that one go back?
Like Carson's. All the way back. Thanks for reminding me of that, partner.
I was waiting for it. Come on, I was waiting for it. Oh, and Holmgren inside. Nobody there to stop him. He's got the 2-handed stuff.
Thunder enjoying their largest lead of the night at 15. Getting those stops and then scoring those buckets on the other end.
Schroeder. That's going to miss wide left. No good. Offensive rebound by DeRozan. With a minute left to go in the 3rd. Biggest lead of the game. LaVine trying to get something going. Instead, the kick, the shot, just to beat the shot clock by DeRozan.
It's a much-needed possession for the Kings. Once again, the Thunder putting them to the end of the shot clock in those situations.
And Shai trying to make his move. Takes a little bump and plays through the contact. Everything going right for SGA, plus the foul.
I mean, you see that look by Zach LaVine, you just got to say, what else can I do, coach? I mean, this guy is just beautiful to watch. He is literally poetry in motion. Everything he throws toward the basket just turns to gold.
A little bit of skill going in there, too. But SGA gets the 3-point play. 28 points. You look at the stat line, 11 out of 20. Just a patent SGA type night. Schroeder trying to respond, can't do it. Good rebound by A.J. Mitchell. And if you're the Thunder here, 1 shot.
Okay, how about Shai hollering at A.J. Mitchell? Not that he didn't know that. Say, hey, 1 shot, 1 shot. That's communication. That's IQ for the game. But that guy with the number 2 in blue there, folks.
Shai's going to see the double team. Snaps that pass. A little too hot, intended for Joe, out of bounds. And the Kings, we get a chance here with 6.4 seconds. For the Thunder, we do have a foul to give. Mitchell, LaVine, and there is the foul. 2.7 seconds left.
I think they heard you, partner.
I wasn't sure if they knew.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you brought that up because that's exactly what they did to shorten that clock for the Kings. It was a little bit over 6 seconds when they got the basketball. Now there's a little bit under 3 seconds. A lot less time here for the Kings. Whoever catches this pretty much has to take the shot.
They're trying to get to DeRozan. Double team. Gets through it. And DeRozan still able to score with .2. Nice thought there from Chet Holmgren. Well, the Thunder wanted to go into the 4th quarter with at least a 16-point lead, but they're going to have to settle for a 14-point lead. See if they can close this one out and get the season sweep over Sacramento. 4th quarter coming up. Sacramento cooled off a little bit in the third quarter. As Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan are just 7 out of 20 from the field, thanks to the Thunder defense. 7 steals, Mike, 10 blocks. SGA, typical SGA type night with 28, but the Thunder did get a little bit of extension in the third quarter, going +6.
Well, and you like that too. You have to make a stance defensively some kind of way. See if the Thunder continue to do that for the next 12 minutes here. With a chance to open up this ball game.
On a night where the Thunder just have not been able to buy a three-point basket. 6 out of 30. Holmgren with size, bounces off a Monk. That is going to be a goaltend, according to Kevin Scott.
Yeah. And Eubanks right under the basket. And that ball was on his downward flight. Yeah, that's easy. Coming down, he's right there. I know Eubanks is tall, but he's not that tall. He's not Manu Bol. They might get that to Manu Bol. Man, that was an illegal screen. Took A.J. Mitchell out on the play.
Oh, Hartenstein was trying to stand up tall, but commits the foul. And that's going to put DeRozan at the spot where it seems like he's been primarily on the night for him offensively at the free throw line. Now, why'd you bring up Manu Bol? You could have brought up so many tall guys. Sean Bradley.
Sean Bradley? Okay. That's a good one. Chuck Neville.
George Mirasan.
I played with him. Big George.
We're talking tall.
Yeah, tall.
There's no better place to catch a game than here at Paycom Center. Join us for the next home game Sunday at 6 p.m. when the Thunder take on the Portland Trailblazers. Go to OKCThunder.com/buy tickets to claim your seats today. Before we get that game, Mike, we're going to go back out on the road. I know you're excited about that. Yeah, the look on your face.
My luggage is still in the kitchen. Yeah, it's still in the kitchen, man. And I have not done laundry from the last trip.
You didn't? I did.
I didn't have time
yesterday.
We just got in yesterday morning. Early yesterday morning.
Back out on the road tomorrow into Salt Lake City. Holmgren, turnover. Turnovers have been a problem in this game for both teams right on cue. It seems like every single time there's going to be a take foul on Sacramento. So this is going to be a free throw and the basketball for OKC.
Now, a lot going on here. I think Chet ran down the floor and may have poked that ball away after losing it. Yeah, look at that. My goodness. And, boy, Eubanks committed the cardinal sin of the intentional foul. He knew he did it.
Mike, get this. 10:43 left to go in the fourth quarter. There have been 19 turnovers here in this second half.
Wow. And, that's a show, credit to both teams' defense. But that play right there, the Thunder busted up, 4 plays where the Kings have obvious numbers on the fast break. They knock it off the body, they get a deflection, or they poke it away from behind.
16-point lead for OKC. Holmgren off the catch. That's going to miss wide left. And the rebound to Westbrook. Kings trying to move quickly here. Caruso right up on DeRozan. Totally attached. DeRozan and still able to get it up and in. That was good defense by Alex Caruso.
Tough shot too. That guy's he's made a living of making tough shots like that. DeRozan likes to post up and get in that mid-range.
A.J. Mitchell off balance. And that's his move, Michael. We saw Jalen Williams all those years where he likes to drive, go left, finish right. A.J. Mitchell's the opposite. He likes to go right, finish left.
Yeah. And it's hard to believe he's only in his sophomore season. Take a good look at J-Dub and Mr. Wiggins next to him.
Give the gift of Thunder basketball with our holiday packages and free snowflake patch add-on while supplies last. These are available now by scanning the QR code on the screen or at OKCThunder.com/holiday.
You know, I saw that picture of Wiggins just a moment ago. You remember he had that massive game last season, that 41 points off the bench against this very same team. My goodness, what a night it was for him.
That was a night where the crowd really got behind Wiggins as Malik Monk works below the free throw line. So Mitchell operating the offense here to start the fourth quarter. Almost a steal by Monk, and that's a turnover. Achua trying to give it up with Monk. And A.J. Mitchell right on him. That is a tough fadeaway, just a little bit short. And finally pops out to Hartenstein.
Good battle by the dark-colored jersey. 3-on-1 with Achua.
And there's a turnover. Achua trying to get by, got clipped, and then a no-look over the shoulder shot that goes in.
Oh, he just threw it in the basket. Just threw it up there, banked it in. And the Thunder just continue to play on the other end.
And we'll get a timeout called by Sacramento. 6 ticks under the 9-minute mark. Doug Christie's not happy. He thought that Achua got fouled. And he got clipped by Caruso. Wild shot. Thunder, though, still up by double digits. This network is brought to you by MidFirst Bank, official bank of the Oklahoma City Thunder. By Devon Energy, commitment runs deep. And by your Oklahoma Ford dealers. Ford is the best in Oklahoma. Fun night here inside Paycom Center. Lot going on. Native American Heritage Night. Thunder back home. Leading into the holidays. And taking on this Sacramento Kings team. And despite the Thunder leading for the majority of this game, this Sacramento team putting up a big fight. Ball back out to the perimeter. It is Monk. Gets the feet behind the three-point line and drains a triple as Monk now into double digits.
Yeah, that's a tough shot, too. With a bigger guy guarding him.
Thunder going to have to execute here in this fourth quarter. Mitchell, savvy move there. He got Monk up in the air. You're going to hear Monk. He's not happy with himself. It's going to put the second-year player out of UCSB at the free throw line.
This is a veteran move here against a veteran. That's just...
It's literally one of the oldest moves in the book, Michael, and it doesn't matter because defenders, they just can't resist. Let's check in with Nick.
Well, guys, A.J. Mitchell just continues his level of consistency here this season. Just continues to be in double figures. Also, 15 out of the 16 games that he's scored in double figures. And something that Mark Daigneault said to us recently is the guy just hasn't flinched. And that's such a great sign for a young player, second-year guy, to be able to go in there, get asked to do different things, get asked to take on defensive matchups like he has. I mean, he's been on some of the prime Plan A guys for the Kings here tonight, in addition to being tasked with running second-unit offense. Hasn't batted an eye at any of it.
Steady mentality, steady production so far for A.J. Mitchell. The Thunder just have not been able to keep off the floor.
I was talking to the guys on the radio this morning. I said, look, you know, that guy just keeps passing the litmus test every night.
Well, that time he got caught in the air, threw it away. Turnovers, a major part of the equation here in the second half. DeRozan missed it, got tapped out, and Levine is able to track it down with a fresh 14.
Well, DeRozan usually makes that nice little midi. Kind of left it short.
Monk, they're trying to take over here. DeRozan, feet behind the three-point line. That is not his shot, no good. And Casey Wallace up ahead. Caruso cut through, gave it right back to him. Wallace on the drive, and he sneaks in for the two. He's right past Levine.
Excuse me, pardon me. He's had a couple of plays like that where, you know, he's kind of like shown a shot fake and just gotten to the bucket so quick the weak side can't get over and help out.
Westbrook has not been looking for his shot here in the second half. Got down low, that pass over to Eubanks, and Stripped and taken away by Cason Wallace. Like a predator. Dort drives in. Nobody there. He's got the easy layup. And that's 4 quick points for OKC here in the fourth quarter. Broth and Doug Christie and the Kings burning the timeout. Dish of the game. A.J. Mitchell knows how to break down a defense.
Well, we talked about the assist numbers tonight for the Thunder. They just keep racking them up, making it look easy at times. Getting into the middle of the zone, defense, playing smart basketball, finding the right guy. I'll tell you, this guy's done a good job of finding the right guys tonight, folks. He's got 5 assists. And also helping the Thunder out on the scoreboard with those 11 points. He's got to the free throw line, made all of his free throws. I just have to remind you, folks, he's only at the beginning part of his sophomore season in the association. Hasn't even played a full 82 games.
So much more runway. It's been great to see him make the progression to the point that he's in. SGA's back out on the floor. Hadn't played the last 4 fourth quarters. Hartenstein with the pack on Renaud.
Oh, he read that the whole way, my goodness.
SGA wasted no time. Hangs in the air. No good. Tapped out by Hartenstein. And to get a fresh 14. Dort. Extra pass. Joe drives. Kicks. Dort. Open. Fires. And he connects.
I tell you, you can box that up, folks, and have it for lunch tomorrow. The way that ball was moving around the horn to get that trifecta by Lou Dort.
Cason Wallace is down. He took a shot on the screen, and Mark Dagnall's going to call the timeout. The three-point shot for the Kings goes in. And Cason Wallace just trying to hop through that pain. And
I'm not really sure what happened. It came on the screen.
let's see him fight through the screen, left side of the screen. Oh, the left knee right into the thigh. And that must have got him flush because he immediately dropped Michael. And I'm sure that you've had that happen. We've all had that happen if you play sports. And it kills your leg. It goes dead.
Absolutely. We were talking about how I'm just loving this, man. This is what creates those assists for the Thunder. Moving that ball around the horn, just playing hot potato with it. Ball's never really staying in any player's hand, you know, for any length of time. A lot of times, folks, in the NBA, we call that the ball never gets sticky. And when it's moving that fast, it's tough for the defense to catch up. And it left Lou Dort wide open as he knocked down his second three of the night. Give the Thunder a nice little comfortable lead, buck 10 before we get to closing time.
There's something aesthetically pleasing, Michael, about seeing the ball swing around the perimeter on the three-point line when there's multiple passes and it ends up with a guy wide open. It's the subtle beauty of basketball, in my opinion.
And you work on that a lot, and it doesn't always work like that or comes into fruition during the game, folks.
All right, so A.J. Mitchell comes in and replaces Cason Wallace. Got all the way to the cup, couldn't score. Monk off the catch, and just like that, it is back-to-back threes by Sacramento as the Kings refusing to go away. Thunder push the lead up there. SGA wiggles inside. Hartenstein rips it away. The kick out. Dort again. And Dort again! He's come alive from downtown.
His shot has been on the money, folks, in the second half. Just dialing it in almost like he's got a laser on it.
And so much time. Westbrook, no on the three. SGA collects. See, Dort has made 4 consecutive, Michael. 2 of those big threes. As SGA going to work. Mid-post shot over another mid-post player. He got fouled.
And he got fouled, dropping his 30th point of the night. That time, DeRozan in his landing space. And how about this, folks? Wrestling away that offensive rebound was Hartenstein.
And then coming up big, Lou Dort, as we mentioned, with his 4-3 of the night, couldn't have come at a better time. Those threes by Lou Dort. Just been sensational here down the stretch, down that we're in the closing time.
He was scoreless at halftime. And the Thunder have certainly utilized those 11 points in the 3 threes. As the crowd chanting MVP here for SGA.
I tell you, he is a master. He's finally played in the fourth quarter. How about that? He's only played, he's missed 8 fourth quarters, folks, out of 15 games. So he finally plays in the fourth quarter, and he gets to that 30-point mark. Just remarkable.
So he hasn't played in all those fourth quarter, Michaels, and he's still leading the NBA in total points scored coming into this game.
That's just remarkable. The efficiency that he plays at.
Just continuing to pump in offense as Holmgren flashed the screen. Mitchell terminates. The ball in the hands of SGA. Schroeder. Heavy pressure out of the perimeter. Shai's got to get rid of it. Got deflected under one. I don't think he got it off in time. Either way, it's a miss. As Malik Monk up the floor to DeRozan. DeRozan's going to get fouled. He's going to be taking free throws 9 and 10 here in the fourth quarter. Dort picks up number 3. As the Thunder try to close this one out. And that's double-digit lead since the third quarter. And at times it's felt precarious. The Thunder's new City Edition collection, a design rooted in culture, community, and connection, is now available. Shop online or at the official Thunder shop at Paycom Center. Learn more at OKCThunder.com/city. Thunder have had some of the great City Edition unis over the years. Michael, add this one to the collection.
Yeah, absolutely. I love the color and the history involved in the design of it, folks, on American Heritage Night.
Exactly 4 minutes left to go. Caruso trying to turn the corner. Got it back outside. Mitchell's got a little mismatch here. Pulls the big man out. Now he wants to drive. Kept the dribble alive. Caruso, catch fire 3. No good. And Schroeder's got his head up for Sacramento. Schroeder, the speed and the score. That was a blur from Dennis Schroeder. Most of his production came in the first half, but he got 2 there. The Kings again making some noise. Still a little left.
Like a tiny house out back, I'm trying to share some light. Don't think that you've been hearing about me. The city is pretty when it's dead, just like a flower. What color's the CN Tower? It's blue now. Like how I'm feeling about you now.
79 coming up here inside Paycom Center. And the Kings, Michael, the latest to make a little push here in this fourth quarter. So the Thunder trying to keep the offense moving at the right time.
Well, you're in closing time, and the Kings obviously are trying to move the ball up the floor as fast as possible. And if you're the Thunder, you just want to move it up with intention and get a good shot and avoid those empty possessions where you don't score points. Just hold on to what you got right now.
They initiate the offense as Mitchell, dangerous pass across the baseline, trying to get that ball moving. It's Dort again, and Dort yet again from the outside. He's been on fire.
My goodness! And once again, the solid ball movement by the Thunder to create those open looks.
Caruso recovers, but commits the foul on the backside of Monk.
Man, how about the shooting of Lou Dort and the passing of the Thunder? Take a look at this, folks. Look at that baseline pass that goes over to AC, and he delivers a hot potato over to Lou Dort, who's the hottest man on the floor right now.
Give credit to Lou Dort being able to forget about the shooting of the first half, where he was 0 for 4. He was 0 for 4, 0 for 3 from deep. But man, has he come alive and made his three-point shots here in the second half. 14 points. And the Thunder needed him here to keep this a comfortable gap on the scoreboard. 11 points here in the fourth quarter. So Dort stepping up at the right time. See what SGA decides to do. Now it's Mitchell. Feed set. Three on the way. Too strong. Dort trying to rip it away, but he's going to get called for the foul. And that'll be the fourth team foul on the Thunder. And he's trying to just go for the ball. If you're a player in his position there, Michael, it's tough because you feel like you've got a chance to grab that ball away, maybe even get a tie-up and a jump ball.
Yeah. And to even possibly slow up the fast break for the Kings as well.
Schroeder again that time. Holmgren came over for the block, but a little bit late. And they're going to call him for the goaltend.
Yeah, there's a good call by the official. As that ball touched the glass first. But that's what Sacramento's trying to do. Quick scores right now. If you're the Thunder, you got a 10-point lead. 2.5, just under 2.5 to go.
Mitchell, the pass, the footer.
Why does the official call a foul on that play? I don't understand that. You got to blow the whistle on that play. He fouled him, he tried. Chet got up in the air. Blow the whistle. That's an and one.
Thunder have an opportunity here. Close this game out. Monk. Quick three, no good. Left it well short. It carries right to SGA. See what the Thunder do here on the offensive end. Keon Ellis, who's going to complete non-factor. SGA fouled on the three-point shot, and he's going to get 3 free throws.
Well, that's the second time in the second half they fouled Shai on shots where they've been in his landing space.
Interesting, Michael, that there's no Zach LaVine in the game. There's no Russell Westbrook in the game. Sacramento putting Keon Ellis on SGA, and it looks like the Kings are going to challenge.
Well, this is the only thing that Kings have left, is to challenge that.
It's a personal foul.
You can't fault him for that, especially you're trying to stop the Thunder from scoring right now. As it is a 12-point lead, and they're facing a serious deficit with $1:44 to go.
This call under review is brought to you by Palo of Oklahoma, official window and door partner of the OKC Thunder.
And Ellis is a good defender. And they've been switching a lot of different guys on Shai. Is he in his landing space? Yeah, he is. And I can't fault the Kings for challenging this. You never know how the official's going to look at this. Yeah, there's contact, and he's not allowed to land. Free throw shooting's been pretty even here, folks, in this ball game. Kings have 19 attempts. Thunder have 20.
After review, the defender jumps illegally from point A to point B, takes away the shooters the opportunity to return to the floor. Therefore, the challenge is unsuccessful. Oklahoma City will shoot 3 shots.
And partner, like I was saying, is that you can't blame the Kings for challenging that. They had the challenge in their pocket. I think this was a great move by Doug Christie as he's pleading his case to the official. You know, you got that in your pocket. You know, you're down 12. You're trying to keep a team off the free throw line and use that challenge. And that's just what Doug Christie did. Smart play.
Doug Christie knowing that 12-point game with $1:44 to go, you put SGA at the line with 3 free throws. That's almost a hill too steep to climb.
Yeah, and the Thunder also lead the NBA in free throw shooting.
Free throw percentage?
Yeah, so
correct.
You know, you're trying to keep points off the board, especially facing this deficit. Shai will put the Thunder up here by 14 and put the Kings in a serious hole right now as he makes all 3 free throws.
It's something we haven't talked about very much this year, Michael. The Thunder almost 86% at the free throw line of the season. #1 in the NBA. Denver's #2 right behind. But that has been a very reliable aspect of what this team has done over the course of the year. As Ellis, mid-range shot, no good. Chet's going to get the rebound. Loose ball foul underneath. Oh, they're going to call it on. They're going to call it on Hartenstein. And it's going to put Sacramento at the line.
That time, it looks like they're both holding each other. In fact, he's got his jersey. They're both holding each other. I mean, I guess he got hit with the citation, but he had a handful of a Precious jersey, and Precious had a handful of his jersey. Unfortunately, Hartenstein got hit with the citation. He'll take a curtain call, he and Chet Holmgren, for the final time tonight. Thunder up 14, .30 to go.
I was waiting for you to say, let it go.
Yeah, that's what I would.
Come on, let it go.
That's exactly what I wanted to say. Thank you for saying that. You know, just let that go. That's a wash.
All right, Mark Dagnall got the substitutions in. So it's Barnheiser, Youngblood, Carlson, Joe, and Mitchell to finish this one out. So Thunder trying to lock up win number 7 in a row before heading on the road for a Friday night matchup against the Utah Jazz. A.J. Mitchell, pocket picked. Ellis in transition, and he's got the 2. If there is one area to clean up, Michael, for the Thunder tonight, turnovers are a bit of a problem.
Unfortunately, they've been able to turn over the Kings as well. You come off those big, long road trips, your legs get heavy. The Thunder have spent a lot of time on the road as they'll come home for one game tonight before heading back out for a single trip over to Salt Lake City on Friday night.
Keon Ellis got it back to Achua. He's going to get fouled. And it's time for tonight's Thunder Player of the Game, brought to you by Riverwind Casino. 13 out of 16 games on the season, Michael. SGA has top 30 points. And it's the next column over that is just so remarkable because he's having one of his best shooting seasons yet in terms of efficiency, always over 50%. And just a model of consistency night after night after night for SGA. NBA's leading scorer from a season ago, the MVP. All the little things that he does on both ends of the floor. It's so easy to just look at the points because he is doing remarkable things on offense, but it's so much more.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Youngblood is going to get into the box score as he drills one from downtown.
That time the Kings ran that double team. Nice pass by Mitchell to get rid of it. Kings are going to play this all the way out.
As that shot no good. Isaiah Joe able to grip the rebound, and that'll do it. Another double-digit win. This one coming at home. And the crowd here inside Paycom Center can appreciate this victory over the Sacramento Kings, a season sweep. 3 games out of 16, all going to OKC as the Thunder win their 7th consecutive game.
And they had to earn this one tonight. Always tough coming off a long road trip and coming home for just one game, collecting your thoughts, doing some laundry, and then head back out on the road tomorrow.
Let's take a look at tonight's OG&E power play of the game and the 3-point shooting of Lou Dort in the second half.
I thought he was really the star in that second half with his shooting from downtown. And the Thunder kept finding him. That's what you like most of all, as he hit some big shots to keep the Kings from cutting into that double-digit lead and make it a close ball game down the stretch.
Thunder in the middle of playing 6 games in 6 different cities, as they will head to Salt Lake City tomorrow and get ready for a matchup against the Jazz. Let's send it over to Gallo.
Shai, it's no easy thing to play the same team 3 times in 3 weeks. What did you do tonight to take care of business the way you needed to?
We were really good defensively. Had them to under 100 points. Yeah, that's where we hang our hat. The ball didn't go in for most of the night for us, but we did enough defensively to come out here with a win. One thing that'll never change is our energy and our effort. We controlled that.
It really seemed to show up in transition defense. I mean, just the sheer number of deflections and knockaways and steals. What impact did that have on the game tonight?
Yeah, that's where it starts, especially with fast-paced teams, high-scoring teams. You got to be able to get back, get stops, get them in the half court. The statistics show that it's harder to score in the half court with less space in the crowd, and that's what we try to do every night defensively.
We've seen the movie over and over again. What is it about Lou that allows him to be the guy to knock down the fourth quarter threes?
Yeah, he stays with it. Supreme confidence no matter what's going on. Like you said, we've seen it before. It's nothing new. He's a big part of why we are the team we are.
Everybody got involved. You had another big night. Chet continues to drive offense for you all at the 4 and at the 5. How has he been able to so seamlessly kind of move between those 2 positions?
Yeah, he's special talent. Do so many things out there. So it's easy to plug him anywhere. Yeah, he helps us out in so many ways in so many positions. Same thing as Lou, nothing new.
Thank you, Shai. Congrats.
Absolutely.
The defense carried him across the finish line, holding another opponent under 100 points. They get 5 players in double digits, and he added it all up. And he get victory number 15 on the season. This one, 113-199 for our director, Eric Dane, our producer, Steve Melton, Michael Cage, Nick Gallo, and our entire production crew. I'm Chris Fisher. Our next broadcast comes your way Friday as the Thunder travel to Utah to take on the Jazz in another Emirates NBA Cup matchup. Game time will be 9 p.m. with Thunder Live pregame beginning at 8:30. Stay tuned after the break. It's Paris Lawson and Royce Young. Join us to recap all of tonight's action on Thunder Live postgame.